What's going on, guys? It's your boy Henry. Welcome back for another market update. So today we're talking about SPY QQQ, Bitcoin, VIX. All right, Bitcoin's doing something in particular. SPY's doing something in particular. They're all actually doing something that is pretty good for the short side of things. All right. So we talked about this yesterday as well as the day before. All right. We were looking for an entry to go short, and our entries on this channel we do time the bottoms. Okay, that is the bottoms and the tops. We do try and get the best possible entries on our trades. All right. So I did mention on this day right here, I did say that I do expect that we are going to be heading on up to the 200 MA and either reversing off of SPY's 200 MA or off of QQQ's MMA. All right, so if SPY were to have closed above this, I would have suspected that QQQ was going to end up pushing up here. And we got pretty close, just about 2% away. But as you see, SPY ended up touching it. And we do also have the CCI turning down. You have your stochastic crossing over. You have your RSI turning down from levels that the last time you were there, you were all the way up here. All right, and look what happened. This did mark a pretty nasty sell-off. All right, but once you did start selling off, you sold off 6.3%, and then you rallied on up. All right, and then you started an absolute sick, nasty sell-off. All right, and that was a 17% sell-off right there from the top. I'm just saying things don't look too hot, and we are expecting a cool-off on the indices on this channel. And that is going to be our entry for going long. Now, what are we watching to go long? We're watching the weekly time frame. Okay, so we're going to be watching this. We're most likely going to have a few weeks of red here, just like we had a few weeks, well, more than a few weeks here. But we had, I'm just trying to locate like an instance here, just like these 2 weeks. All right, these 2 weeks right here, we dropped 2 bars, 13%. All right, if we drop 13% here, it's coming way down. All right, and we already talked about, and look at that, it would be just about at this gap fill right here. And on the daily chart we can go over that right, where is it? Right here. Okay, 287.56. all right, that is that's where an entry to go long for me is going to be. All right, but at the same time, I'm going to be waiting to get the signal that I am going to be waiting to get. All right, which is the weekly time frame. We have to be coming down here. Okay, let's just look at when you were selling off, when you were last up here on the weekly time frame and you started selling off, right? When you got down here, what happened? All right, so you got into this oversold territory. You got into it this big red week right here. All right, right here. The next week was the bottom, and that is where the CCI bottom. So that's first of all, that's something I'm going to be looking for the CCI just literally being an oversold territory. Okay, just because it's an oversold territory doesn't mean that it can't fall a ton more. All right, all it means is that the probability of a bounce are pretty high. All right, and what you can do once you're in the oversold territory, which we are going to be watching for. Now, this is part 2 of what I'm waiting for. All right, and obviously just other factors like the big picture has to align with the trade. All right, but this is mainly how we got in on the exact bottom here. And this is also how you could have honestly timed the top here. You'd have probably gotten here off of divergences, and all of these moves you just could have caught in off divergences. All right, like here you had divergences. All right, I'm just saying they're a very strong signal, and it's nothing to be ignored. But they also tend to mark bottoms when you have a bunch of divergences aligning with each other. They could mark bottoms or tops. All right, we're just gonna go over right here. Okay, so let's look at this. All right, so you can look right here on the CCI. So right here, we can mark it right here, and I'm just making a point. All right, so right here, this is our, and we will change the color of that. This is our divergence. All right, this white one right here. All right, now let's go to the daily time frame. And I guarantee we could have bought, and I already know because we did buy, this divergence that formed right here. Okay, the next day it formed. Okay, you would have known it formed at the end of the trading session on this day that I'm marking right here. And that day was literally your bottom. All right, like these 2 days were your bottom, or this day was your bottom, the day like it actually formed, but the confirmation of the divergence is right here. All right, so I'm just saying, all right, this is going to be a strong signal. And then if you want to take it another step further, all right, we go into a smaller time frame, an hour. Okay, so now we're on the hourly chart, and now we're really trying to find the bottom. All right, and what do we have here? All right, you do not have divergence there. Let's look where you had your bullish divergence. Okay, on the hourly time frame, you had your bullish divergence right. You actually did have it right here. Okay, so I'm looking at it right here, and I'm going to, we'll just make that, and we're going to change the color, and I'm just representing the divergence. All right, so it's the yellow line right here, and right here, and here was your entry. Look at what happened when this divergence finished forming right here. We had it right here. All right, it went like that. All right, wall SPY is going like that. This, when it formed, is literally the exact bottom. So guys, I just explained to you in less than 6 minutes on how to find the exact bottom. All right, so that is, and this works for the top as well. Okay, so why do you think I've been focusing so much on finding these hourly, or not even finding, just spotting these? We just got to patiently wait. Like, that's all these videos is. I'm just, it's not me like trying to do anything here. It's me just literally reading the chart. I'm just like telling, like, hey, this is what it's saying, and that's literally how it be. Okay, there's nothing else to it. But what I will say is you had a bullish divergence. Yeah, so it was on the hourly time frame form, and it was formed in after hours, so I don't know, not a big one, but it is just going right here. Okay, and as you see, we just have the double bottom there. So I actually sold out of some of my short position, all right, which is actually my long position on the VIX. All right, so I sold some of my 25 calls, and then I bought them back. All right, and I bought them back when SPY was around 330. All right, and I sold specifically because I saw that, and then I think, let me see, I think it was on a 3-minute chart. I saw something right here. I think it was right here. Okay, it was right here. I saw this divergence right here. Play it live, and I was like, oh, okay, let me take my profits and then get back in when I knew we were probably going to be acting irrationally around 2 p.m. All right, because that was when the minutes were being released. And I'm sorry, guys, I did forget to I completely forgot to mention that. But it does look like VIX is going ape shit right now. Okay, and what I actually also did today is I got super safe. Okay, I took another entry on the VIX, and today was different. Today I entered the September 21st calls. All right, I think it's 21st or 23rd. It's either way, it's definitely one of those. And I went in the money. And that is just because, hey guys, like, I am pretty sure I am buying the exact top here. Okay, and this is just me putting any money I just want to quickly double. Okay, I'm putting it there, and now it's going to move pretty much share for share. And yeah, once we get to $25, I will definitely have doubled my money, if not a little more. And yeah, that is why I did so. And it's just because I am very confident that we are right there. Okay, I do believe Friday is going to be the bottom, so maybe there will be another buying opportunity for Mr. Henry over here. All right, because we technically did not actually have a breakout on the VIX yet. All right, this is pretty much right on the trend line, and I did call this a breakout on the day that it happened, strictly because we did have we had this drawn differently, and I had this this one, I had this coming down here. I think it was like that, or it was, yeah, so I had it like that. All right, and that just wasn't right. All right, but now we line all the wicks, and we have literally right there. Okay, and now it is picture perfect. You do not have any breakouts. But yeah, we do believe something is coming soon. We do have the CCI. If you do get VIX moving up just a little higher today, I expect the CCI to cross 100 and give you the buy signal. Just like I said in yesterday's video, I said that the CCI on the VIX is probably going to be giving you the buy signal on the daily chart for the VIX. All right, and that in turn is a sell signal on SPY. And we didn't get that today, but if we pull up Webull, we can pull up Webull and just compare things over there. We can see what's going on. All right, because I do believe we did get the sell signal here on the daily chart. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did get the sell signal here on the daily time frame. All right, look at that. This is like, guys, we've been charting this thing so flipping perfectly. And honestly, like, even though, like, I'm not gonna deny, okay, the August, like, those August calls, which, by the way, guys, are sold out of the August calls today. And that's actually, those are the money I put into the in the money position I told you guys about. And that's just to ensure, okay, the money you lost on that one, you're getting back from this one. It's guaranteed money. Okay. And that's what I was saying. Like, I'm pretty confident it's either happening today or it's going to happen on Friday, is going to be like either top or like, not confirmation that we're going down, but I do believe these are going to be very valid buys. And yeah, okay, today was valid. Okay, I was able to, like, that was a solid trade. Okay, and yes, I could have made a lot more if I just, instead of selling any of my VIX, I just, bought some calls to hedge, some SPY calls, some weeklies. But you know what? I don't really like doing that, to be honest, and I much rather just have these late September OpEx VIX calls, and I can literally just chill, sit back, and I just know, yeah guys, this rally can't sustain itself. All right, we have a triple negative divergence on the QQQ. Okay, another triple negative divergence has formed. Okay, and actually now it's a quadruple actually. So now we have, holy sweet baby cheese, so we have the quadruple negative divergence here on QQQ. SPY has given us our triple negative divergence. All right, or actually, we'll just call it a negative divergence. SPY has one hell of a negative divergence going on here, on going back from there to there. Look what's going on, guys. Like, this has to change at some point. All right, it does. It just does. And the divergence is, like I just pointed out, that is literally how you time the tops. All right, and we did have a bearish divergence that formed yesterday on SPY, right here. All right, so we got right there, and we can delete that one. I don't know what that is. So we got that, and you kept going there. Oh, actually, is it? I mean, all right. So I guess no, you didn't form one. I could have swore I saw one form on. Maybe it was on QQQ, guys. I could have swore there's one that formed yesterday. Oh, I guess it was. It's not really QQQ either, though. It's just not. I mean, I guess you have this triple negative divergence going on. I mean, technically, I mean, it kind of double topped here because you have this big wick, but no, I really just could have swore I saw. Oh, it was the bullish divergence on the VIX that I was thinking about. Okay, I believe I had to have, whatever it is I'm talking about, I called it out in the video, and this formed on the VIX yesterday. Let's see what happened on Bitcoin. We have a bullish divergence on Bitcoin as well. All right, that is something to note. But yeah, okay, so I said at the beginning of the video that Bitcoin was doing something, and it is breaking out of this this rising wedge we have here, which I said if we break out here, we're coming down here. This is the target. Okay, we're coming down here, and then another target is down here. Okay, and do we have a bear flag target? I honestly confused myself. Maybe all of these. Either way, I know all the yellow lines are targets, and if there's not a bear flag target, it's not important. Okay, but I do believe we do have a bear flag target. Oh, I remember. The way we measure it is literally just like that, and then times the percentage, meaning price target. And then, yeah, okay. And I remember that price target for the bear flag does, I believe it is this one. Okay, that would make sense. That would make sense. And then the bottom of it, so maybe this is one price target as well, right here. But yeah, I do believe that the breakout of this is going to bring us to the bottom of this bear flag here. So we are going to be testing that. And if we don't bounce here, or even if we do bounce here, if we come down here, maybe it comes down tomorrow or Friday, and we bounce up, we have this partial rise over the weekend, then boom, into Monday we start selling off again, and it's a very steep decline. All right, we even go back in time and we fall that way. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I do believe this breakout's going to bring us here, and this is going to, either way, I do believe it's setting up to be bearish. I believe if we do get a bounce here, it's going to be a partial rise, and then we're going to set up for a bigger decline down. And if we do break out, which I think is the more likely option, I think maybe Bitcoin tanks over the weekend. If this thing comes down here by Friday and it breaks out, all right, it tanks over the weekend. And then on Monday, that sets the market up for failure, okay? Because they move with each other. Even though Bitcoin has not been moving with the market recently, I do believe that correlation is going to come back into play, strictly because we are going to have this dump at some point, which I do believe is this week, either today or Friday it's starting, or next week. I told you guys in the past 2 videos about what I think is going to be happening with 1/3 of the options on SPY and SPX expiring on August 19th. All right, that's going to be something that's big, and that money isn't just going to go away in the market. It's going to be repositioned, and it's probably going to be repositioned short because they just made all this money going long. Like literally, this is so long. Like all this all this time. This is 42 minus 1. Yeah, 41 bars. All right, 41 bars. It's just about 2 months. You're just going up. All right, so now it does make sense that you are going to be flipping it. And back here, you probably didn't have a straight up, like I told you guys that, yeah, they were going to flip bullish here. But as you saw, no, the dealers were just fucking with you. And then a month went by, and then you came to this OpEx, July 15th. And this marks the day of this bottom. All right, and then they flip bullish, and boom, you were off to the races. Okay, and now it's a month later, and we're here. Okay, guys, OpEx, monthly OpEx. OpExes are very important. Okay, very important. The trend can very much so change on them, and they usually do. Look what happened. You went up, boom. Okay, and I don't think that was, what was the monthly OpEx? What was the monthly OpEx over here? I think it was April. I think this one was no, I'm overthinking all this. Okay, yeah, I don't need to mansplain or womansplain, whatever it is. I don't need to explain nothing. All right. Let's just continue with the analysis. But yeah, okay, we pretty much went over to everything on the daily chart, and everything that's important, I mean, pretty much was covered. All right, like there's nothing really new that's happening besides we have Bitcoin breaking down, which is bearish for markets included because of that correlation. You have another doji happening. Okay, so I mean that's happening. You had that bullish divergence here on the SPY. Okay, so that's, or on the QQQ, so that's something to notice. You actually have the same exact thing on the QQ, but keep in mind this was done in after hours, so I don't know if it's going to mean anything. But I mean, when I saw that form, that is when I literally sold right near the bottom. Okay, and then I looked for the divergence on the 3-minute chart, and that's how I sold the exact bottom. Well, not the exact bottom, but very close to the exact bottom. That's how you do it. It's through just, you know, when you get confirmation on one time frame, you move to another. You move to the smaller one. All right. But yeah, okay. Pretty much everything is everything's going according to plan, guys. I mean, it took longer than expected to get this move down, but what this does show me, okay, is that, and I've been vocal about this, guys, I think the bottom is either in, or we're gonna come down and we're gonna probably like double bottom, and we're gonna be off the races. Like inflation's coming down. Like I understand the Fed doesn't want the market up here, but at the same time, if we come down here and we really cool off all the way back down here, that's a big ass sell-off. That's a $50 sell-off right there. We have that sell-off, then this rally up is going to be so much. Like if we keep going, eventually, no, like the narrative, if we were to keep going, the narrative would 100% become, okay, the markets have gone too far too quick. Feds don't want this. This is like bad for inflation. And then boom, yeah, okay, the markets, they would probably have a sick nasty sell-off, and it would probably be then something like sick like that. Now what I think is going to happen is we're going to have a quick sick drop, okay, and then we're going to go back up. All right, but at the same time, the monthly candle on QQQ is a bullish engulfing, so I would expect that this candle is going to end green. All right, that is just what this candle is predicting. Or at the same time, maybe this candle predicted that you were going to have a candle that had the potential to come up here. It doesn't have to close up here, but it did predict that this candle was going to go up. All right, and that definitely has happened. Look how far we've came just from that. All right, and we can exit that because I know we fell a little bit. So just from that candle, yeah, we want a whole $20. That's a big amount. Okay, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see honestly, no, I was thinking this was the weekly chart. It's not. It's the monthly. I wouldn't be surprised to see some bearish looking candles form right here on QQ here. Okay, maybe we tank going into Friday, or we stick this with a doji with an indecision candle, and the next weekly candle that forms is going to be a bearish one, and then we get pushed down the following week after that. All right, I don't know. Okay, anything can happen. But we're just going to stay up to date. We're going to keep all of you guys up to date. I'm going to stay up to date myself. And yeah, okay, we're gonna kill it. Okay, it's literally just a waiting game at this point. There's nothing else to do other than play the waiting game. Okay, these are two um very big points of resistance, but like also the thing that we know is that likely after this cool off, it's probably going to be the bottom. Okay, we're probably going to start having another sick nasty short squeeze. All right, there's probably what's going to take place strictly because inflation's cooling off. And all right, I saw this on the trading fraternity. Yeah, I mentioned this on the other video. In all bear markets, if you get over the 50% Fibonacci, then what's it called? Fucking it's not a bear market. All right, like bear markets get rejected no bear markets stay under the 50% Fibonacci. When they do, that's the official, like that's when they break out. It's when the official, it's like, okay, trend changes here. All right, so that's another factor that leads me to believe, okay, like next candle, next weekly candle, or not next weekly candle, next drop. Okay, sorry, I heard my dogs bark and I had a brain fart there. But yeah, next drop, we are looking for the higher low to form and to form that trend change, because it did break over the 50% Fibonacci. We rejected off of the 200 MA. We're most likely just doing a hook and go from these levels down here, like straight up. That's probably what happened. Okay, like we're probably just going to come back down, fill the gap, and we're going to reverse back up. Or maybe we don't need to come down and fill the gap. Maybe we fill it up at a later date and we find support maybe right here and we just reverse back up. Either way, it's going to be enough for our contracts to print money, okay? And then we're going to use that money to support our next trade and our future trades, okay? And we're going to keep compounding that money, all right? But again, hey guys, be open if you're at a point where you can just like throw a fixed amount in each trade and you know, like, hey, that's what you want to do until a certain point. Like, I'm starting to view like investments different than, well, not starting. I know the difference between an investment and a trade. But what I'm doing differently is I'm starting to think like, okay, like if we're trading the indices, like why go over 5 to 10K when like I can save the money I use that I don't use in there. Like that could be part of like a Mara investment. All right, that could be part of one of those. And the Mara investment turns into a trade. All right, it most likely will continuously just be a trade. All right, it's something that we just continuously work with. Okay, and I did say we came up here and we came to this resistance. I put this on the chart because this was the next point of resistance after we passed this gap fill. We passed this, we literally hit our head here 3 days and reversed. All right, that is exactly what happened. You got your sell signal as of today on Mara. And yeah, I do think you're gonna come back down here. If we get down to 5, guys, I might honestly put like all of my accounts just in tomorrow, just straight up, just in tomorrow. I might just put all of the accounts, guaranteed. All right, like that's what I was saying. Like the trades, I don't need to compound that money. The money I really want to compound is the investment money. That is the money that I can sit there and just wait patiently. It is shares. It does not have, like, in my opinion, it has a very, 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 very minuscule risk of going to zero. It is Mara. I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere. I'm not a firm believer in Bitcoin, but I'm a firm believer in the greater fool's theory and that it will not stop. I think institutions realize that this is a holy shit easy way to make money off of retail investors, crypto trading. All right, there's a reason all the liquidations happen. There's literally people who hunt whales and try and squeeze them out. All right, there's just it's an easy way to take people's money. All right, it's also risky, but yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think you're probably going to come back up and you're going to start taking out these levels. You're going to start taking out here. You're going to start taking out here. And I don't know if you're going to start taking out these levels. I have no idea. All right. What I do know is after you do bottom and you come back down into the zone, or maybe you don't even hit the zone. Maybe you come back down and you just bottom here. Okay. Somewhere here. There's a small fall. And then you start going. And then it's going to start doing these things. Okay. All right. And I don't know if you're going to come all the way back down here. All right, maybe we just come here and have I don't know. Okay, it's Bitcoin. I have no idea. Okay, but what I do know is I'm going to continuously trade the market and I'm going to stay up to date on that. All right, but yeah, guys, now you know that again, yeah, we're going to be rich. I mean, I am very excited for that Mara trade. I really am. Okay, because like just imagine having like 50K to throw in tomorrow. All right, it would be a very pleasurable experience to have 50K to throw in tomorrow when it's at, and we'll even say $10. Okay, $10 and it goes to $30. It's $150,000. All right, like it only takes like one, like all you have to do is wait again. Okay, you just wait patiently again for Mara to cool off. Okay, but at the same time, like $30, we all know it's going well past $30 when Bitcoin is entering its next bull run. Okay, we know for a fact. Like when this happens, let's just mark this. So July 20th. All right, July 20th. Now let's look at Mara. Okay, so that was the bottom for Bitcoin before it ran to all-time highs. All right, July 20 was right here. Okay, so you went from $20. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. You went from $20 all the way up to here. So 300% gain on your money. So your 50K would have turned into, yeah, 100K. But either way, imagine if you get this. Okay, imagine if you get that. Even 1,000% return on 50K. You were chilling. You just made 500, or you made 450K there. All right, so that's ultimately what I'm trying to do. So I'm realizing like the trading money is going to fuel what I get to throw into these share positions, all right, which are the investments. All right, I don't trade shares unless it's the short squeezers. Those are different, but those, again, that's like that fixed amount of money. Like TBLT was a fixed amount of money I was using in that thing, and that's what I'm going to continue doing moving on with these squeezer. I'm only going to throw a few grand in it. It's not going to be something that compounds each time. No, it's going to be like, hey, this is a solid setup, just like the last one was a solid setup. I'm going to throw 5K in here, and it's a good probability I get 5K back, or I get 10K back, if not like 15, 20K. All right, so that's just my mentality there. But yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm expecting downside by Friday or next week. Peace.